Hi guys. So I've opened them all because I swatched them on my multimedia paper without thinking about it, but I should have done it on watercolor paper. So I swatched them on here. However, now I'm going to swatch them on watercolor paper, and I figured this should also take less time because this one took 2.5 hours, but it was because I was opening them all and checking them all out. I should say that none of them had any like dust or anything, like they weren't sticky, they didn't stick to the lid, the paper, or anything like that. I do want to take one of these out of here so I can just show you the difference in pan size really quick. And I saved all the papers underneath as also as a way to separate them from each other so that they didn't run together. So I'm just going to grab one of these pans here. So this is a half pan from Van Gogh, and it's just a normal half pan. And then this is a White Knight's whole pan. Oops. And if I put them like this, you can kind of see how they would maybe be almost two of these. So I think these are slightly smaller than the standard half pan, because if I was to take, let's say, a second one of these, obviously this is with the plastic, so maybe I'm wrong, but oops. So I have two of these side by side, and then so there's just like a slight overhang, very, very small, but I think it's, if I took the plastic out, it'd be about the same. So, I mean, they're pretty decent. These are fairly well filled. I didn't really notice anything. They all seem to be filled pretty much like this, where there's just this tiny bit of a indent in them. And they are definitely filled over the top of all of these, so there's like, you can't really see the edges on the pans on any of these. And I kept the little papers that came on the top with the information on them, so I could stick them in here like so. And just drop them next to each other to kind of keep them separated a bit. And I'm pausing. And now I'm back. I'll have to stitch that together somehow. I just need to make sure you guys can still see everything. There's a lot of people in my house today. But that's okay, because I kind of want to do this, and I don't really have anything else to do, so yep. So this is the paintbrush that came with, and it looks like this one was made in April 21. And it's a Swirl. It's their size 3 round brush. It's really soft. I will say that. It is very, very, very soft. I'm just gonna drop this in here. Oops. So now I just have this, it's on it's 100% cotton watercolor pad that fell off of the block. I guess that's what I get for buying the cheaper versions of things. Anyway. Let us hope you guys can see that. I have two things of water here. One is for this one and the other one is there. I will put the color names and pigment numbers on the screen for each one so that I can just put some music over this. And yeah, and there's I was very curious about the pigment numbers, and I will let you guys know about that at the end. So let's get started. Okay guys, so this is all 48 colors that come in the Beechwood box set. I got ultramarine deep instead of indithrone blue. I like how a lot of these turned out. I'm not the greatest at this, I know. I'm still learning how to control water and brushes, and this real hairbrush is extremely different than the synthetic brushes that I have been using, because all of the brushes that I have are either from Derwent or they are from Sostenagrain, which they're all synthetic, except for a couple of wool ones that I got at Sostenagrain. I haven't tried them yet, but so I'm still learning, and this is wildly different than those. I really like them. They're really pretty, they're really vibrant. Like I said at the beginning, there was some things that I noticed about the pigments. Now, I don't know very much about pigments, but I figured if I was buying a watercolor palette that told me the pigments, that it was maybe a good idea to look into them a bit. So I made a spreadsheet, and I'll put the links to that in the description below, where I have mapped out what colors I have and the pigments they are. But then I also noticed that a lot of the pigments have changed since these ones were made from the White Knight's website, and I have put links, not links, but pictures of what those are, and there are links to those sites. And I also looked up a bunch of the lightfastness ratings from a couple of different sites. Those are also linked there. And then on the second tab there is just like the pigment information itself, because I'm always curious about where they've come from. So like this one here, actually, the PG8 in the green kind of surprised me, because apparently it's no longer really in production, so this is kind of a hard color to find. Out of all of these, I think this one is my favorite, which kind of sucks because this one is discontinued. Orange Lake is discontinued. Vermilion Hue has been discontinued. Blue, no, not Blue Lake. There was a couple of other ones, but maybe they're doing something like changing some stuff, because I know they just came out with a bunch of new granulating colors, which I know, given like the world situation and everything, it sucks, but I would really like to get my hands on those at some point. But yeah, I hope this was a fun thing to see. I know I enjoy watching people swatch out new watercolors. They're really easy to re-wet. They're amazing to re-wet. I don't have to soak them. I don't have to put a ton of water on them. The only ones that I think are maybe a bit weak is like the burnt umber and the yellow ochre, but I'm wondering if that's just because I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I have this set from Pandoro, and this is the yellow ochre in that set, and it's much darker, and it doesn't take that much to re-wet it, so I don't know if I'm just not re-wetting it enough or what, but I can't seem to get it darker than that one. And like the burnt sienna and the umber, like, well, this is, yeah, this is supposed to be umber here, I think. So there are some differences, quite a few actually, in the strength, but a lot of these colors are so gorgeous. Now, some of them I have a really hard time to tone them down. Like this is an extremely strong color, and this is also an extremely strong color. I barely have to wet them, and they're just like very, very vibrant. This one as well, this azure blue. But yeah, I will leave a link to this description in the to the Google document spreadsheet below if anyone is interested in that. And I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you next time, where maybe I will attempt to actually paint something other than just swatch charts. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.